going on, everyone? This is Craft Collects, and welcome to the August mail call. If this is your first time, appreciate you stopping by. And if you're returning, this will be a little different from the ones of mail calls past. If you're familiar with the channel, I have a playlist called Unboxing the Box, which is just me taking out a box. It's transformed over the past few years, and where I was just doing silent videos to unboxing boxes and showing everything I get through a month. And now it's just one or two pieces because we don't have that much time to dedicate to talk about everything. There's a lot, and I'm not here to show off how much I get. This is just a conversation of how appreciative of some of these items are that have taken me back nostalgia wise. And I just want to chat about them, talk about their pros and their cons. So this one particular is kind of inspired based on the most recent video to me recording this, but not sure when you're watching this, a video from Just Incredible. Dope creative on this YouTube platform, always has a funny, if not very fleshed out, but off the top opinion on not only just the figures, but the companies themselves. And it's very entertaining to get something where it's raw, also kind of well thought out. Maybe it's just a thought that he had that he was storing for a minute. And it'll be dope to see him on maybe like a panel, talking like with one or two other people, but I appreciate him being able to speak one-on-one with us. But this specific topic, this one I'm talking about, is because he watched, I forgot if it was Iron Ken and Uncle Tim. These are the two other YouTubers in the collector space, and they were talking about the feeling that they got the feeling that was created from looking at an item that they went out and they purchased it with their retail money, and then they got from opening it. And from this month, two items that I got, which would be the Gamerverse War Machine and Omega Red. And then we have Mondo's Real Ghostbusters, the Peter Venkman and Sanheim 3-pack, because it came with Slimer. Can't take Slimer away. Slimer's a whole character. Slimer got his own TV show. We won't talk about that too much, but it happened. It's a thing. But that's what it brought me back to. It's like I remember, if we're going back in chronological order, being a kid and watching Real Ghostbusters. First, of course, I was, I guess, more fan of the cartoon, and then found out there was a movie because I'm in my 30s. So when I watched it, it was applied to me differently. And I used to love that show. Like, the Real Ghostbusters show was so great, so entertaining, so colorful, so imaginative. And I didn't know if there was like a history to these ghosts. It was awesome. And all four of these characters were so dope. They all had their own color coding. There was a black guy. That was dope when I was a kid. And it's so fun to see this box, this unboxing experience. I ended up getting the 2-pack, 3-pack, because I just needed, like, a superimposing villain. And Sanheim being the first one, he looks big enough. Of course, I'll collect them individually after that because it depends on how monetary things going. You know how the current climate is with collecting. But not to take away from this box. The box alone is a beautiful artistic piece, and I don't really keep boxes. I like to get rid of them because space, and I need to move on to the figures themselves. But this box itself has been crafted with the intention of you probably keeping it. I know they've been joking about the whole stack the boxes and make the firehouse thing. Will it happen? I won't know because I'm not getting the 2-packs anymore. But Mondo did great. Alex Brewer did awesome with the initial intent of having these models created and then put up with the hope that one of these companies would take them up. And you know what? Mondo took the idea, and we appreciate it because now I'm seeing this in person, and it really brought back all of those feelings of sitting down on Saturdays, sometimes after school, and being able to take in an episode of Ghostbusters. I can remember maybe like 10 episodes off the top of the head. There was how many seasons of them? And I had like a few VHSs that, of course, you just play on repeat. The modeling on these look great. We have a few swappable heads, swappable gloves, the accessories for each character. That includes Peter's proton pack, Sam Hain's extra hands, effect pieces. You have Slimer, and you have a stand I didn't even know about. I didn't pay attention well enough. But putting them together and then seeing them as a whole is just super dope. And I want to say thank you, of course, to them for being able to, they're not just selling you a figure. It's the thought of how we would feel when we finally got to the unboxing. I haven't looked at any videos of the unboxings yet because I wanted that natural, unplanned feeling for when I finally saw it. And I got it delivered to my parents' house because I didn't know if I was going to be at my place when it came in. And I was surprised to see the box size. I thought it was gonna be probably like 1.5 foot by a foot with just 2 figures stacked on top. And this box is way bigger than what I expected. You know, you can put together a little scene and create the effects, and that's what I'm gonna do when I get the rest of the squad, because I'm going all in with the rest of them. I'm getting all 4. Everybody's gonna be surrounding a ghost. I'll add the little display pieces, and that same feeling rolled into the Gamerverse 2-pack. War Machine is my favorite Iron Man character. I remember when I understood that War Machine was a black character, I was like, oh snap, now I can be War Machine. At first, of course, I wanted to be Iron Man because Iron Man was the TV show. But then when I found out that there was a partner, and the partner could look like me. As a kid, when you see it, that is the feeling that it wells up inside you. And then I played the video game as a kid, and I was like, oh shoot, this is so dope. I got to use War Machine with his powers. It's probably just almost like a reskin for Iron Man. And now I have the character as a figure. Now Omega Red, he's also dope. He might be used on my MVC shelf or Gamerverse in general shelf, or he may go in my X-Men shelf. We'll see. This is a great looking and molded Omega Red. I like the detail in the face, but looking at the War Machine minus the thigh portion, of course, because they always have to reuse and just change a color or two. I see you, Hasbro, your reuse game is heavy. The focus here is that when I opened it up, I was happy, I was hyped, forgetting how he looked, you know, his initial or original War Machine suit looked. It's just the articulation, the coloring, the posability, not bringing me straight back to being a kid, but being happy, smiling, looking at something that brought me some kind of excitement or joy. And I didn't expect to feel that way. I just thought I was just gonna open it up, test the posability, make sure the QC was good, and then put it away like I normally do. But these ones I took out and got some action poses and got some extra views, and it just felt a little different. And then I watched Justin's video, and then I was like, oh, that validates the feeling that I felt. I'm happy with my purchase, and I want to hope that everybody else feels that same way. There's a lot of conversation online about how some people should, you know, fight against the company, and they should, you know, you always should vote with your wallet, but there are times when you could shout out the company. So this is my shout out to both these companies, Mondo and Hasbro. As little as y'all may get, appreciate whoever does the marketing, whoever does the molding. We wish you could get a little bit more faithful to the actual source material, but when you get some of these and it makes this feeling inside us collectors, young or old, thank you. That is what we're here for, to enjoy the things that made us happy, especially in times when there isn't that much happiness to go around. So I think that's my thought. If I say anything else, I've already added it before this, or it's coming after this. Collecting is so cool, bro. It's such a dope feeling. And when I have that full display, or even the process, while I'm recording the process and most likely go on the channel, that's gonna be another step. I hope I can share that with, you know, somebody else, and hopefully bring something to them too. Like, you know, maybe something that they remember from their childhood, and see how dope it is. But thank you for watching the August mail call, or listening. Maybe just put me on in the background. Maybe I'll do the other mail calls like this going forward, but these are the ones that brought that nostalgia. We love to throw that word around, but it really worked this time. I hope if you got these figures, let me know in the comments how you felt when you got them open. We got a lot more coming. It's the end of the year. They're gonna start piling on more pre-orders. I don't know why I just said it like that. Watch your wallets, be careful, because yeah, it's about to get real busy. And I hope if you have any other items that you want to talk about, hit me up in the comments. We'll talk about it there. All right. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Great job.